Hello once again, welcome to another tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet this pattern here. So this is a very beautiful pattern and it is very easy to crochet. So for this pattern I'm going to be using milk cotton yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. If you don't have this type of yarn, you can use any other type of yarn that you have. Just make sure that you're using a corresponding crochet hook. So let's begin. So your foundation row should be an odd number. Examples of odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and so on. For this tutorial, I'm going to chain 13. So I begin with a slip knot. So I wrap my yarn around my hand, I set my crochet hook, and then pull. So this is my slip knot. So I'm going to chain 13. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I now have 5 chains. I'm going to continue and come back with 13 chains. So I now have 13 chains. To begin the first row, I'm going to first skip the first 2 chains from the hook, 1 and then 2. And then we're going to crochet half double crochet. And this is half double crochet in US terms and it is half treble crochet in UK terms. So for half treble crochet in UK terms, you yarn over and then insert your hook into the third chain from the hook, pick up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops on the hook like this. So next we're going to skip a chain, this one, and then do another half double crochet. So I'm going to continue using US terms. So it is a half double crochet in US terms. So you skip a chain and then in this one you put another half double crochet like this. So again in the same chain we're going to put another half double crochet. Then pull through. Next you skip a stitch and then again put 2 half double crochets in the same chain, 1 and then again 2. Repeat again, skip a chain and then in here put 2 half double crochets, then over, insert again and then pull through, skip a chain and then the second half double crochet in that chain. Okay, so we skip this one and then this is the last chain and then we put again 1 and then 2. So this completes the first row. Moving on to the next row, you need to ensure that when you count the stitches at the top here, they should be 11. Okay, so next I'm going to chain 1 and then we 10. So the next row, the second row, we're going to crochet slip stitch. So I'm going to insert into the first stitch here, just below those top 2 loops of the stitch, grab my yarn, pull through and then pull through the loop on the hook. Insert into the next stitch, pull through and then pull through the loop on the hook. Again in the next one, pull through and then pull through. So I'm just going to continue up until all the stitches are done. So here I'm towards the end, so I'm going to insert here, pull through, and this one is going to be the last stitch. Okay, so here we've completed the second row. Okay, next I'm going to chain 2 for the third row and then 10. So for the third row you're going to come, So here you find that we have these chain spaces that we are skipping. Okay, so we now want to insert our hook through those spaces. So here we did a chain 2 here, so I'm going to come into this gap and then put 2 half double crochets and then pull through again. In the same space you put another half double crochet like that. Next you move into the next space and then put 2 half double crochets, 1 and then 2. Move into the next one, 1 again, 2. One and again 2. Then here, which is the last gap that we have, okay, so I insert again 1, then again 2. So you find that here we're almost at the end of the row, and if you count your stitches 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and we want our stitches to be 11 since we skipped the first 2 chains at the beginning. So we want to make sure that we maintain 11 stitches at all times. So to finish up this row, I'm going to yarn over, and then you're going to come at the corner top of this last double crochet, half double crochet from the previous row, and then you work a half double crochet like this. So you complete the 3rd row. Okay, so let's do the next row. So the next row is going to be slip stitch. So you chain 1 and then you turn, and then we repeat what we did with the 2nd row. Insert into the 1st stitch and then work a slip stitch into the next one, a slip stitch into the next, a slip stitch. So we're going to do this up until the row is done. So here I'm left with 2 stitches, this one and then this one. Okay, so you should be guided at the top here, 1 2. So another slip stitch in there, and then in the last one. So you should count your stitches and make sure that they are 11. So next we move on to the next row, which is going to be a half double crochet row. So I chain 2 and then 10. So here, one thing to notice is that we have a gap here just after this 1 half double crochet. So they are going to be interchanging. Another row you're going to have 2 half double crochets at the beginning, and then another row you're going to have 1 half double crochet like this. So when you have 1 half double crochet at the beginning, you're going to yarn over and then put 1 half double crochet in this gap. Okay, like this. So this only applies at the beginning of the row. The rest you're going to be putting 2 half double crochets. So you yarn over, move into the next gap. Okay, here we've put 1 and then move into the next one, put 2 half double crochets. Move here, one and then 2 into the next one, 1 and then 2. Okay, here 1 and then 2. So you find that here we have a gap at the end here, so we're going to put 2 half double crochets here, and you find that we will not need to put a half double crochet at the corner end there. Okay, so if you count your stitches at the top, they should be 11. So let's do the next row. Chain 1 and then return. So this row is going to be slip stitch, so I'm just going to do slip stitch throughout up until the row is done. So here I'm almost at the end and I'm left with 2 stitches, 1, 2. So I insert my hook below those top 2 loops and make a slip knot, a slip stitch. Okay. Next I'm going to chain 2. We're going to do a half double crochet. So you do a half double crochet row, the next row becomes a slip stitch row. So here this time we have 2 double crochets here and then a gap. So we just yarn over and then put 2 half double crochets in this gap. 1 and then 2. And here 1 and then 2. So here we're left with 2 half double crochets at the end. So half double crochet here and then the second one, this one. So find that we're left with this space. That's where we put a half double crochet at the corner of the half double crochet from the previous row, like this. Okay, so the variations for the half double crochet row are at the beginning and at the end. So find that for another row you don't need to put this 1 half double crochet at the end, and then again for another row you need to put 1 half double crochet at the beginning, and then for the other one you do not need to put. So here I'm going to do another row of slip stitch. Here I'm at the end of the slip stitch row. Do the last slip stitch like that. We move on to the half double crochet row. So here now we have this half double crochet at the beginning and then a gap. So this time you put a half double crochet in the gap, just 1 like this, and then you move to the next gap and then put 2. So you repeat the pattern. Again here. So here we're at the end and you find that here we're left with 1 half double crochet. So you're just going to put 2 half double crochets in here and then finish off the row. So with this row we didn't put 1 last half double crochet at the corner there like we did with the other half double crochet row. So this is our pattern. It is nice, and if you want you can rewind and see how we did the half double crochets row. So this is simple and easy, especially if you are a crochet beginner. So this one, if you work on a bigger project. So this is our pattern. You can use this for blankets, for a baby blanket. You can use this for cardigans, for scarves, or even for hats. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, like, and comment for more videos. Thank you.